Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great week so far, and welcome to this new video and update on Bitcoin here. Not much has changed since the video yesterday, I suppose. We pretty much were at the same prices. But overall, I do think we've seen some more confirmation of what we already thought, right? Because what we talked about for the majority of the last 2 days, basically. Even though, I mean, Tuesday we actually still had a decent chance to actually break out, and we had some bullish momentum as well in the afternoon, as some of you might remember. But since then, what has happened and what the current development of Bitcoin is that we have just broken down below the POC right here. That was already the case yesterday, but now we with time, I mean, the longer you actually spend below a significant key level like that, the more it becomes a real breakdown. It's basically finding balance below a level. Now, I have to say, and I would say this is bearish, because if we take a look at the volume has also been dropping down, which is a sign that we're losing momentum, and you can see the same thing in the open interest right here. I mean, the open interest since Monday, it's a bit of a blessing and a curse, because the open interest has dropped down a lot, so there's a lot of room for leverage to kick in. But overall, it's still down a lot, all right? And there's no... Well, this morning that there was a brief surge in open interest, but it's nothing compared to what we've seen before, and that in combination with the volume, which is down another 30% right now, is more of an indication that there is no momentum, all right? And if there's one thing we would need to actually get back above to like 100,000 and 101,000, but definitely to break above that, which is not what we expect, but ultimately that is what we all want, unless if you're short, you need momentum, and that's not here right now. I would also say, like, I would actually argue that some of the fundamentals right now look quite good. So if you take a look at, for example, the dollar strength index, that has broken down, and even though it's retracing a bit over the course of this morning, it's ultimately still bearish. And then I would say the stock markets are actually doing quite good as well. I mean, the S&P 500 futures have continued to be bullish, and yesterday we actually closed on a good note as well. So the fundamentals around the market, not directly linked to the market, are doing quite good. But then if we take a look at some fundamentals more directly linked to the market, such as the Coinbase Bitcoin price, we're still at a premium. But the premium is much lower than, for example, yesterday morning. Well, it's kind of it's slightly lower than yesterday morning, but it's much lower than Monday and Tuesday, right? So there's just not, for crypto specifically, just not that momentum that can push it up the same way as the financial markets, such as stock markets, are being pushed up right now. So I would still say, I think there are signs that we're actually gaining some short-term momentum right now, so that we can spike up into 99, into 100,000. But ultimately, I think we'll be rejected there if there's no new news coming in. And that will drop down into this level right here around 94, 93,000, which is basically the value area low, or the range lows of the previous range we were in. I see enough reason to be slightly bullish here on the next like 2-3 candles. I don't really see any reason why I would expect us to go higher than that and basically break out. Because if we're talking about higher than 100,000, like, can we spike up to 101,000? Possible, but then that would be the absolute top. Unless we get some news, right? If we actually do get some news from the US government, or about the tariffs, whatever, then we can break out. But for now, I would still say this is most likely. And today we also do have some news. It's not major news, but it's jobless claims. It's employment data. So keep an eye on that as well. I mean, that's most likely just going to cause some short-term volatility. But this does matter for the dollar strength index, and we do want the dollar strength index to stay bearish if we want to have a chance to hold this range right here on the higher time frames long term. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for today. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Bitcoin dominance, by the way, is still super high, so be careful with altcoins. But that's it. So thank you. I'll see you on my next videos, and bye.